Good rising, family. Listen to a little yada yada sitting right quick. Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Or wait for some people to come back in. Shalom, shalom, Sister Cassandra. Shalom, family. Great seeing all the moderators. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for controlling the chat this evening. Good seeing everyone. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Amen. Good seeing you, Ancient Gardener. Thank you for showing up like always. We appreciate you. Thank you to all the moderators. Thank you. Thank you. Good seeing Sister Pat here too. Thank you to everyone who's showing up, spending some time together.
Most High just giving me so much information. I mean, like I said, we're just scratching the surface of this new information, and there's so much that the Most High is putting together. And like I told you, remember I told you, I said, don't always go after the low hanging fruit. It's about the other information because that's going to be a catalyst for big moves by the other nations. And then today, there's all these people putting out all these videos because all of a sudden Russia, sent out on over 100 missiles, and two happened to land in Poland, right? And oh, well, that was a misfire, and it landed like 65 kilometers inside Poland. I'm like, you trying to tell us is as accurate as like a lot of your guys' missiles are, that you're gonna miss like by that big of a margin and happen to hit inside of a NATO country? It's just so that they can try to keep people's attentions, keeps people's attention on their prophecies. That's all that it is. As the Most High is showing that their prophecies are a bunch of BS. They got to do certain things to make themselves continue to try to stay relevant. You know what I'm saying? And oh, well, they did that, so all the NATO members are gonna get together tomorrow, and and we're gonna decide what we're gonna do, and this, and that. Same old mess, man. Same old mess. I'm like, miss me with all that. We know when you guys are really serious. You know, like, oh, Russia just happened to misfire, and like all these miles up into Poland, and now all of a sudden, NATO's, oh, we're gonna pull Article 5, we're gonna do this. Y'all ain't doing nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just saw something from Marfugo. All the nations are gonna meet right now. They're gonna meet right now. You know, I said we'll see. You know what I'm saying? You guys have to do certain things to keep yourselves relevant because the Most High is raising up His people, and they're getting hip to the game. You know what I'm saying? We're getting real hip to the game now. We already, like I said, as we get, Most High gave us more information. Like the last video that we brought out more information, hitting these other books. You're starting to get more information, starting to get more understanding. They see it, so they're like, okay, well, this us just pussyfooting around isn't doing anything. So let's just kind of like let two missiles kind of fly into here and try to get their attention that way. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I said, we see through all that. Yeah, and they're going to have to do that. They're going to have to continue to ratchet it up little by little in order to try to keep themselves relevant. You see what I'm saying? Like and that's it. Now we're going to get into the Old Testament pseudepigrapha, and we're going to get into some information about prophecy that you're seeing going on right now. You know, Hey, Sister Lisa, great seeing you. Shalom, shalom. Great videos you've been putting out. A lot of great information. Thank you. Thank you for keeping us abreast with all this information. I said so. It's like you can easily see how this is all playing out. It's like, hey, I don't need to sit here and fight and argue about who's who. Okay, it's gonna be painfully evident to the Gentiles very soon who's who. It's going to be painfully obvious to the Gentiles who the Most High sent to give the rest of the world knowledge and understanding, and who has just been, soaking up resources and not doing anything for the world. You see what I'm saying? Like that's easily, you should be able to see that. I mean, the true Israelites are going to be a light to the world. They're going to be able to make sense of a lot of the horrible things that are going on worldwide. They're going to be able to make sense of all this confusion that the world is seeing. And as you can see, the whole world is just stuck in confusion. They're stuck. It's like, I mean, really think about it. Do you really think we got 10 years, 5 years, 6, 7 years? I said, if you really just look at it, look at society. Look, I mean, it says the nations are like at each other's throats pretty much. They're putting out that facade anyways. I don't think we have that much time at all. I said this information that they use Kyrie for to bring out. Like I said, to me, that's like a last call. That's a, hey, this is the information. Study it out for yourself. Study it for yourself because there's going to be big events that's all going to go back. You're going to remember. You're going to remember all this information that you ignored. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's like even like with the 2 years max. I mean, it's like I as we read the Apocalypse of Elijah, you're going to see there's going to be a removal. And then a lot of the prophecies, a lot of things that we read in the Bible, a lot of things we read in the Apocrypha are going to just jump off the pages right now. It's going to tie in with Revelation 11. It's going to tie in with the witnesses. It's going to tie in with the witnesses standing up. It's going to tie in with the whole world like being terrified. All of that. Now, see, like if you're the true representative of the Most High, and it doesn't matter what you call yourself. It doesn't matter if you call yourselves the Israelites. It doesn't matter what you call. It says you get to be known by your fruits, by your actions. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, people who are still worried about their retirements and what they're going to be doing in a couple of years, and I said because things have always gone back to status quo. People are assuming that. Well, I think a lot of people are hoping that, but you can't even assume that anymore. When's the last time you seen Russia shoot missiles into Poland? When's the last time you seen those kind of events? You know what I'm saying? When's the last time you saw people going out and buying information talking about Hebrews to Negroes, wake up, Black America, when when have you ever seen that kind of information being disseminated worldwide? I mean, that there alone lets you know there's no like going back because this information is out there. And what's happening is that many people are getting this information. I'm seeing people like doing their breakdowns of the videos and talking about how it's changed their lives and how they hadn't been exposed to this information. But the ones who are like really about it are then going to go and look for more information, and they're going to start searches, and the Most High is going to lead them into more knowledge, more truth. You see what I'm saying? And that's where we're at right now. I said so. That's where we're at right now. And there's going to be a huge event that's about to take place, and it's talked about in the Apocalypse of Elijah. Okay, and this event is going to turn the world upside down. Now, if certain people are saying that they're the Most High's chosen people, shouldn't they be the ones bringing this out? Shouldn't they be the ones that are like bringing out this information and sharing it with the world, preparing them for what's going to happen? They should be the ones that are preparing the Gentiles that want to know the truth. There are Gentiles who are going to want to know the truth. There are Gentiles that are going to want to expose their children to the truth. You see what I'm saying? There are going to be plenty of people. He talks about that in second Baruch, I want to say in chapter 72, somewhere around there, about the people who have not done, evil to Israel, that the Most High is going to allow them to escape some of this judgment. You're going to be subject to the Israelites, but it's going to be better than what's going to be awaiting the ones who put their hands on Israel. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you know who's who. Doesn't like I said, what am I gonna say here? And that's what all this back and forth is all about. Oh, who's Israel? Who's the real Israel? Who's not the real Israel? Hey, know that. Check them by their fruits. Are they trying to help the other nations? Are they trying to help their people? Are they trying to bring truth? Are they trying to be a light to the world? There's no, I don't need to tell anybody anything. Don't need to prove anything to anyone. You will know who I am by the fruits that I produce. Same thing with all of us. You're going to know who you are by the fruits that you produce. You see what I'm saying? So, all, people, what people say doesn't really matter. It's the fruits that you produce. If all you do is have a handout and you always want someone to do things for you, or you want to take advantage of other people and have them all doing things for you, then how are you doing things for others? You know what I'm saying? How are you being used by the Most High? The Most High is giving us everything that we need. The Most High is producing everything that we need. He's taking care of our needs. You see what I'm saying? So, therefore, that's not what we're here for. We're not here to try to get over people and get as much as we possibly can here in this, in this domain. Because this domain, like I said, is very temporary. It's fleeting. It's a classroom. That's how you should really look at it. It's just a classroom. It's not about getting comfortable here. It's not about getting everything you want here. You see what I'm saying? I said that's not what this is about. It's about storing up for yourselves in the kingdom. Okay? Certain people, it's all about getting whatever they can and as much as they can here. Okay? Let me get the book here right quick. All right, we're going to be reading from this one right here. The Old Testament pseudepigrapha. And it's so important. What I might do is do a video and actually put the pictures up for the people who don't have this book. Because now, like I said, this book, I said these hidden scriptures, I said they're jumping off the pages. I said you still got all these people who are still stuck in only reading the Bible. You still got all these people who are only stuck in just reading the Bible, and that's it. They haven't proven that you're stuck, but they're so used to following everything that Esau says that they don't even think for themselves. It's like they're in a pen with no cage. They're in a pen with no fence. They can easily walk out. They can easily walk out of the parameters of this area, but they have a mental fence all around that does not allow them to walk out of this little area. Still stuck on the 66 books, 80 books, and that's it. And trying to fit everything into those books when the Most High never told you had to stay in those books. Okay? Never told you that you're stuck staying there. But you want to stay there. You want to continue following Massa. You want to continue trying to fit everything in what Massa told you to read. Okay? So it's in a page. We're going to start at page 751. Okay? 751. There's all these other books. Apocalypse of Daniel. But we're going to be getting into Apocalypse of Elijah. Because it is so appropriate to what you're seeing right now. We're going to start on page 750. Okay? We're going to start at page 750. It's called The Removal of the Righteous. And I've read this years ago. Read it, I'm sure, a few times. But now that we're in the last days, it's coming, it's making way more sense. What I'll do is, let me just go here real fast and let me just let you really see it. The removal of the righteous. I just can't really read it like this. It's kind of hard for me to read it like this. So I'm just going to let you see it so you can kind of pause it later. And what I'll do is I'm going to try to make a couple videos here soon. Because there's actually quite a few scripture here that you can go in here to. This page is 750 and 751. Okay? So you can go and you can just connect it with Revelation 11. Okay? After we were dead in the streets for 3.5 days, and then we stand up, and there's great fear on the other nations, and then we hear this voice that says, "Come up here," and as soon as we hear that voice, we ascend, and after we ascend, then there's a great earthquake, right? This is going to give you more information about what's going on after we ascend, after we get removed. Okay? They've been teaching everybody that they're the ones that get removed. Why? What have they done? What have you guys done besides white Jesus, Cesare Borgia? You use that picture and you use that doctrine and went around and raped, robbed, and murdered worldwide. So why exactly would the Most High bring you up to heaven and say that, hey, attaboy, great job? You see what I'm saying? Why would he do that? That makes no sense. Okay, and that would make the Most High, like a liar. You know. So here we go. The removal of the righteous. On that day, the Christ will pity those who are his own, and he will send from heaven his 64,000 angels, each of whom has 6 wings. The sound will move heaven and earth when they give praise and glory. Now those upon whose forehead the name of Christ is written, and upon those upon whose hand is the seal, both the small and the great, will be taken up upon their wings and lifted up before his wrath. Now, like I said, we're right there. They moved all these. We've moved. This is Apocalypse of Elijah. Okay. Look at all the stuff that they've been doing. They've been moving all these this military equipment out of here. They've been getting all the military equipment in one place. They've been bringing it over there to get ready to fight. Are they really getting ready to fight each other? Or are they getting ready to fight the Most High? You see what I'm saying? Let's continue. Then Gabriel and Uriel will become a pillar of light, leading them into the Holy Land. It will be granted to them to eat, okay, from the tree of life. They will wear white garments, and angels will watch over them. They will not thirst, nor will the son of lawlessness be able to prevail over them. And it's got precepts to connect it. Revelation 7 and 16, Isaiah 49 and 10, Exodus 13 and 21, Revelation 4 and 8, Isaiah 6 and 2. Okay, and you should be able to see some of those from earlier. Okay, now this is about moving his righteous, moving the ones that he knew. Okay, so I mean, look at it right now. Now you start to go back right now. Is it possible that the chariots come, pick us up, take us to the inner earth, the subterranean world, while he does business up here on the surface world? Quite possibly. Is that why all of a sudden he's been giving us this knowledge and understanding here at the end? Quite possibly. These are the kind of things that we can kind of like think about. But it's talking about the removal of the righteous. Okay? The removal of the righteous. Now we get a chance to listen and see how the rest of the world is about to react. Okay? This is what's going to happen. This is what the Gentiles are going to see, and this is what they're going to be feeling. This is when they finally get serious and they finally start to see what's happening. They get a chance to like look around and say, "Oh my God, they moved. It was them. Those were the ones. How are they the sons and daughters of the living God? The ones that we had in derision." If you want to know what we're reading, what I'm talking about, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. You see what I'm saying? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, right there. They're going to be so surprised about who's getting taken and who's getting left. Okay? So now, check this out. Natural disasters which follow the removal of the righteous. This is the end, or the last part of Revelation 11, when the two witnesses stand up, northern kingdom, southern kingdom, and they get taken up, and there's a great earthquake. So this is now showing you, okay, what's going to happen after that. And it's going to give you a great view and a great synopsis of what the other nations are going to be feeling, and now, when they realize that they've been duped. How do you guys think that you would feel if you've been lied to this whole time and you didn't do your due diligence? You didn't study to show yourself approved. You put all of your faith in your pastors. You put all your faith in your priests. And you see these people who they've been attacking this whole time, who've been showing you guys nothing but love. Okay? You guys hate us without, any reason. We've done nothing to you. And here at the end, we're still at this point bringing you truth, trying to bring you knowledge, understanding the Most High has given us, and you still, spit in our faces. You still smack our hands away. But that's okay, because this is now going to show you, how you're going to react when the Most High removes His chosen, His people, and you're still stuck here. And then as soon as He removes them, all hell breaks loose all over the planet. And don't tell me that. And you tell me when you hear this if this is not like where we're at right now. Okay? Here we go. Natural disasters which follow the removal of the righteous. And on that day the earth will be disturbed, and the sun will darken, and peace will be removed from the earth. So even though they're still talking about wars, the wars haven't started. It's still relatively peaceful in most places. Okay? They're just talking a good game. But the true power, the true war hasn't even started yet. Okay? The birds will fall on the earth, dead. The earth will be dry. The waters of the sea will dry up. The sinners will groan upon the earth, saying, what have you done to us, O son of lawlessness? Saying, I am the Christ, when you are the devil. At this point, all of a sudden now, they're going to see the truth. You've been telling us this whole time that you're God. You've been telling us this whole time that you're the Most High, that this is the Son of God, that this white Jesus, this Caesarea Borgia, is the Son of God. You've been telling us this whole time. And now it's all coming apart. Now we see that you've been doing nothing but lying to us. So again, what have you done to us, O son of lawlessness? Saying, I am the Christ, when you are the devil. You are unable to save yourself, so that you might save us. See, you can't even save yourself. You've lied to us. You can't even save yourself. That's what they're going to be saying. You produce signs in our presence until you alienated us from the Christ who created us. These other nations have given you a fake religion, a fake God, and you followed them, and you followed them so much that you alienated yourself from the one that created you. These are the things you're going to be telling the devil. These are the things you're going to be telling the devil's representatives, that you lied to us. We put all of our faith in you. And now we realize that you're the devil, and that your actions and us following you have alienated us from the Most High. We didn't listen to the Most High's children. We didn't listen to the ones that He set up to, represent you, to represent the Most High and show you the way. Okay? So it says, you produce signs in our presence until you alienated us from the Christ who created us. Woe to us, because we listened to you. Lo, now we will die in a famine, where indeed is now the trace of a righteous one. So they're going to be looking for us then. Where is a righteous one? Where is anybody that can help us? Where is anyone that can teach us? Where is anyone that has any truth? That's what they're going to be like. Now they want to listen. After the removals, when they're going to want to listen. That's when they're going to want to learn. That's when they're going to want to chase after the Most High. Right now, they're still putting their faith in this system. They're still putting their faith in, us being the system going along, getting better, their retirement. They got places to go, things to see. They still putting, their faith in that. As opposed to right now, it's like, hey, man, the Most High is letting you know that this place is a wrap. He's letting you know this place is done. And if you really knew that, wouldn't you then spend all of your time chasing after the Father? Wouldn't that make more sense to put all your eggs in that basket and chase after the Most High 100? You see what I'm saying? So again, where indeed is now the trace of a righteous one, and we will worship him? Or where indeed is one who will teach us, and we will appeal to him? Now indeed we will be wrathfully destroyed. Again, let me read that again. Now indeed we will be wrathfully destroyed, because we disobeyed the Most High. We went to the deep places of the sea, and we did not find water. We dug in the rivers and papyrus reeds, and we did not find water. Now, tell me that's not exactly where we're at right now. Most High is making a distinction between the ones that say they are of the Most High and the ones that really are of the Most High. You don't have to go by what they say. You don't have to go by that. You can just look at the fruits. Are they bringing you knowledge, understanding? Are they, showing you what's going to happen here in the future? Are they putting these scriptures together? You see what I'm saying? Where I said, we don't go to, I don't waste my time going to other people's channels, trolling, trying to get people to listen to me. Oh, hey, this person's lying to you. They're not telling you the truth. Why don't you come to my channel? And I'll no. I said, if the Most High wants you to hear this, he will bring you here. If he doesn't, he will keep you separated. It is not my job to go out and do that. That's not what I'm called to do. You see what I'm saying? I said, so the Most High is going to put people in your paths. I'm sure all of us are being used right now. The Most High is using all of us right now, in all of our different walks, in order to, be used by the Most High. Because this is where we're at. We got this oil, and whoever wants to be exposed to it, the Most High will put them in our paths. It's just, so that was just one, a couple paragraphs. There's another one. There's other ones in Apocalypse of Abraham I want to get into also. But like I said, but this, but it all connects. It connects with this knowledge about, the subterranean world. It connects about, I'm reading some books, and it kind of talks about how he's removed groups before destruction. He removed a lot of our people, like before the Spaniards came over here to the New World. Some of the tribes were given the option to go into the subterranean world and be preserved there. You see what I'm saying? While destruction was happening up here, in order for them to be able to be, remember how there's stories about when the Spaniards got here, they found great cities that were just abandoned, and no one knew where they went. No one knew where the people went. So there's, quite possibly, a lot of them went down into the subterranean world, where they were preserved by the Most High. We know when the Spaniards were going down into the Incan Empire, that they were trying to get all the gold, and that they ran into the forests, and eventually into the caves, where a lot of our brothers and sisters were preserved. I said, so there's all these cities, great cities, vast cities, awesome cities that were just, like I said, abandoned, and no one knew where they went. they got an opportunity to go away before the destruction. They talk about that in this book about the Lemurians and how before like the destruction came, like before the Atlanteans were going to take over and they were going to have their opportunity to rule and reign, that many of the Lemurians went and lived underground. You see what I'm saying? And it's so now you look right now. We are at the precipice of huge events. We're at the precipice of huge um, destruction about to come on this world. Would it not make sense that the Most High would use some of His people to warn, the people, and then right before destruction comes, remove them like He's done before, remove those people into the subterranean world while, on the surface, the Most High does His work. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, these are this part is just opinions, but it all starts to make sense because all of these nations have gone out of their way to hide uh, the access points to the places that go inside of the earth. They've gone out of their way to hide the access points, the information about it. They just don't even talk about it because they don't want people to know about it. Yeah, I was watching Godzilla. It was the monsters one, and it's talking about the one with the monster with the three heads, and how it was Monster Zero, and how it was frozen in Antarctica, and they just wiped the information about this monster off the books, and they just hid it, and they didn't let anybody talk about it. They didn't let anybody read it. You know what I'm saying? Read about this monster. Who's to say they're not doing the same thing with history? That's it. They know about these lands. They know that they're not welcome to go into them. So, and it talks about that, like, just because when they're like the kind of people that when they're not welcome to go do anything, that they're going to try to block anyone from getting this information so that they can't be saved either. And that goes with what you just read out of this Old Testament pseudepigrapha. About, you said you've made us pretty much enemies of the Most High. You made us enemies of the Most High by hiding all this information, hiding who these people are. You see what I'm saying? And that's exactly what they've done. So, you start to just put these puzzle pieces together. And as you can tell, look at the other nations. I just saw like a little thing right now from Off Grid talking about an earthquake, a 3.6 earthquake. I said, there's all because it's the news. They're all of these different channels are very reactionary. They are stuck waiting for any kind of news, and then they react to this news. I said that they have to react to the news. And if they do go to the scriptures, it's always the same scriptures. It's always John 3:16. It's always a couple of maybe ones from Paul, and that's it. But see, unlike them, if these scriptures weren't ours, we would not have the Holy Spirit who would be able to break these things down for us and have us be able to break them down to the world. We'd be just like them, stuck with just a couple of scriptures and trying to make everything fit into those couple of scriptures. We'd be stuck doing the same things. Okay? And that's how you can tell who the scriptures are really for and who they're not. I haven't seen very many other people getting down with the other scriptures. I haven't seen them try to get into these other books and bring this information out. They haven't tried to, you get partial story here and a part of a story there and bringing it together. So Sister Pat did that today with Job, the story of Job. I said all of our stories are not in one place. They're not all in just one place in one book. I said you have to go around, like the Most High said, he's going to hide it. He's going to hide this information. And it's going to be up to us to get out there and put this information together. Yeah, like I said, the Godzilla movies. I said there's a lot of truth in all these movies now. I haven't had a chance to go check out um, either of was it Black Adam. I still want to go see that one, and I also want to see Black Panther 2. I want to see all. I want to get a chance to check out all those. Might be able to go check out some of those next week. But like I said, this is they're putting a lot of truth in all these movies. I said because they have to. You gotta understand that when you understand that they don't have the right or authority to hide all your information, that the Most High makes them bring this information out. It's just going to be up to the Most High to give us the spirit to be able to disseminate the lies from the truth. We're talking about the cons, Kul Khan, you know, and we're talking about the serpents, talking about the dragons, talking about all this information. Oh, I'm sure there's going to be so many messages in the Black Panther. Just like I love that part in Black Adam when they were trying to shoot Black Adam, and he's like, your magic is weak. That's it. Your guys' magic is weak. It says your magic is it's pretty much stuck here in this three-dimensional, plane. Yes, you can destroy the body, but you can't touch the spirit. And the body is only temporary. The spirit is eternal. I said, so yes, their magic is weak. Their magic is, you know, set up on just fear. Okay. And as you can tell, like, I mean, look at them now. Look, it's all about, okay, watch. They're going to have to do something else because we're bringing out more information. We went into these scriptures again. The Most High brought out more information. He connected more puzzle pieces together tonight. So now they're going to have to be like, okay, we're going to have to ramp it up again. They're gonna have we're gonna wrap it up again. So we're gonna have to, I don't know, maybe shoot 4 missiles into Poland next time. We're gonna have to shoot 4 missiles in there. Maybe they'll shoot, a couple of missiles into our areas now. Whatever happened to they were gonna, send nukes over here to this parent place, and that was gonna be their reason as to go into Ukraine and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they keep on saying all these things, but what's gonna make them have to actually act on it is what we do. Because our words, our understanding that the Most High has given us, that's the key. So with Turok, our power is our words. Our power is the beautiful words that the Most High puts in our mouths and has us bringing out. And it exposes their propaganda. Yes, we have all been lied to for so long, and it's like people are learning, hey, stop listening to them. Stop wasting your time trying to. They're all saying the same thing. You're sitting here listening to them regurgitate the same things over and over again. I was cracking up listening to some other people talking about Barkley and this crap that he says, listening to Shaq and the fact that he played Hebrews to Negroes in his in his theaters in New Jersey. I haven't heard jack from Shaq trying to explain that one away. I said so. I said you're sitting here listening to Shannon Sharp calling people idiots, and you hear, it's like it's the same, but it's the same things. This person might, he looks different, but it's the same story. This person looks different, same story. That guy looked same story. They're all the same, and that's it. Stay on that side and go down with the ship, no problem. We talk about people talking about. I did hear something. I was just cracking up, talking about Chuck saying it's hard enough being black. It's hard enough being black, but you don't want to exacerbate it. Oh, I don't think he actually used that word. You don't want to make it worse by being prejudiced to other nations. But it's hard enough being black. Chuck, why is it so hard being black? Isn't the society set up to love everybody? Isn't the society set up for everyone to have equal opportunity. You see what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be hard for us to be black because the society's always been about all of us getting equal opportunities, right? That's the whole problem, Chuck. It's hard for us being supposedly black because society has been set up against us this whole time. And now that we're at the end, the Most High is making it painfully obvious that society has been set up against us this whole time. You're just being used to say the words that the other nations want to tell us. Things have never, ever, ever been equal. Things will never, ever be equal as long as the other nations are in charge. Okay? Oh, sorry about that, Miss Abby. No notifications. I said things are never going to be equal. That's exactly why but it's been set up this way. That's why when the Most High removes his people, these, all of a sudden, and destruction comes on the world, and all of a sudden, what did it say? People are gonna be pissed. So you've alienated us from the Most High. You alienated us. You're the devil. Says you've been telling us that you're God, but you're actually the devil, and that you've alienated us from the Most High. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, but society's allowed you to enjoy yourselves and be able to enjoy yourselves and ignore our plight. And that's exactly why, at the end, it's going to be such a shock. Because, no one's going to be looking for us to be the sons and daughters of the Most High. No one's going to be looking for that. No one's going to be looking for that. Most High has to open up your eyes to see that. Because no one's going to see that one coming. Okay? But it's a beautiful thing when the Most High does open your eyes. I said, we're not about hate. We're not about, downing other people. I said, people have gone through things. Many other nations have gone through things. They've gone through tough times. But it shouldn't be that as soon as we start talking about our plight, that all of a sudden people don't want to hear anything about what we've gone through. You see what I'm saying? People they always want, Aunt Jemima here they always want us to be, Aunt Jemima, they want us to be there for them. They've always wanted Big Mama to be there to nurse their kids and to do everything for them and their family and whatever else. Wanted our women to go and babysit their kids. Wanted to do that. All the while they had to neglect their own because they were too busy taking care of all the other nations' kids. You see what I'm saying? But see, now that we're like, hey, hold on, we need to circle the wagons and we need to start talking about ourselves. We need to start talking about what's been going on with our nation. Then there's a problem because now we're not worried about them. We're not making it a point to, worry about their comfort. And that's where the problem comes. That's where the problem comes. I was sitting here cracking up listening to Stephen A. Smith. That dude's just, oh my goodness. He's like, it's like they're just trying to just keep the whole thing with Kyrie and the news. And it's like, why don't you just shut up until you dribble? Why don't you just be quiet until you're out there performing? I'm like, bruh, he would be performing if they let him play. But they don't want him to play. So it's like just they gotta keep on just talking, keep on just bringing stuff up. It's like it wasn't shut up and dribble. It's like shut up until you dribble. So don't say anything until you're allowed to go back out and play. It's like it is what it is. But that's okay. Enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. I said you guys have to be under some kind of a delusional state to believe that this money that you're getting paid is going to, you're going to be able to spend it. You're going to be able to enjoy it. Because if you just look at society, I said you can see that we are at the end. The gig is up. The gig is over. It is a wrap. You know, yep, the dollar is decreasing in value. They're talking about, was it Iran and China coming together to pretty much do backdoor deals to pretty much not to bypass the petrodollar. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So there's all these things that are happening. You know, all these countries are now, you know, going against America. America has nothing that they can do to stop it because they've come to the end of their blessing. And then you got all of our people here, many of our people who are still, well, I mean, they've already taken the bag. They've already taken their blessing. So there's no way out of it. Okay? You know, I don't know what Kyrie's, you know, doing, whatever. Kanye, and like I said, that's between them and the Most High. You see what I'm saying? That's between them and the Most High. All I can do is look at what's happening, pray to the Most High, ask for a knowledge and understanding, be led by the Most High. So, hey, you want me to bring out this today? You want me to bring this out? Is it you want me to make these? You're gonna put these connections together for us, Father. You know, you're gonna. Is this what you want me to bring out? You know, is this how you want to use us to be to show being the example, being the light on the hill for the rest of the world? You know, how are the other nations helping you? How are these churches, you know, helping you get knowledge and understanding? How are they bringing out other books and I say they're still complicit with hiding everything. They still got our people in a pen with no fence, and our people are scared to leave that area. That's what's going on even still to this day. You know, I said, you know, that just shows you how slavery is how mentally it just really screwed our people up. They're afraid to leave the pen, even though the Most High took the fence down. Most High took the fence down. He allowed you to go out, allowed you to look at all this information, and you refuse to do so. Yeah, they're always predicting a new rapture because they ain't going nowhere. You know, I said, do you wish? Yeah, they like I said, they must think it's that easy. You guys, you know, so they get their, you know, their privilege even at the end. They've had privilege the whole time here, and they're gonna get their privilege at the end during the rapture as well. All they got to do is just say Jesus. That's it. Don't got to study, don't got to read, don't got to do anything. Just Jesus. That's it. And they're good. But the rest of us get to go through being destroyed, going through all this, you know, fulfilling all these curses, and we get to just stay and go through some more curses again. So I told you, it just makes no sense whatsoever. But I'm gonna let you guys go, family. I said that was just a tip of the iceberg with this Old Testament pseudepigraphy. I just wanted to show you. Go back and check that out and look and see if the events that are happening today don't fit that perfectly. I pray that the other nations, you know, I said go and look at this information, research it. You know, look at the information. Look at that Old Testament pseudepigrapha book. You know, go and check out the Apocalypse of Elijah. Go check out the Apocalypse of Abraham. See if it's fitting what's happening right now. You know, I said this Most High is bringing us out so that you get an opportunity to be exposed to the truth. Your church ain't exposed. It's funny how they can talk about the church and how the church, you know, is corrupt and whatever else, but they still hold on to the same teachings that those corrupt churches have given them. John 3:16, Caesarea Borgia, rapture. All praise is the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom. And to the other people who are said, if you don't believe it, go back and look at the information up. Research it. See if it fits. Shalom.